Connecting. Oh, there we go. It's working. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you.
So we're at Dee's Dancewear. Would you guys like to talk a little bit about the store you're in right now and introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Jamie. This is Isobel Rehman.
Hello.
For those of you who don't know her.
How could we not?
I'm not
for you guys that might not know, Isobel's recently joined us as one of our ambassadors, and she has a very incredible Instagram page with loads of beautiful pictures. She's a super talented dancer, and we're here today because we're going to try on some pointe shoes, and we're also going to tell you about Dee's Dancewear, because Dee's Dancewear I've heard some incredible things about, so I'm very excited to hear more about the store as well. So Dee, Jamie, sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
okay.
Jamie, can you tell us a little bit about your history of being at Dee's Dancewear?
Oh, I've been here. Oh, I have to come closer. Okay, this is all new to me, Leanne. You got to bear with me.
Sure, no worries.
Down there? Oh, here? Well, I started here in August of 1985. Been with
Wow.
almost 35 years now. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. So
That's amazing.
been in the industry that long, and I enjoy what I do. It's a fabulous job. I love it, and hopefully I'll be here another 30 years.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about, is there like other stores on your
We have 3 in the Valley. We have one in the Chandler Valley and one in the Glendale, and then there's other stores. There's a couple more that have been in the Valley sometimes. So we have about 5 stores in the Valley.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. We have a big ballet world here. Our ballet, we have a major studios in a 10-mile radius. We probably have at least 15 really great ballet schools. So
Wow, that's super cool.
Huge. And Miss Isobel is at Master Ballet Academy, and they are opening a new building here pretty soon. They're going to have summer intensive starting, I believe, Monday.
Oh wow.
The building open, so amazing. They're going to have follow protocol, of course, but they're going to have a huge intensive. They'll have 6 weeks of intensive, so a lot of kids here from other places, and a lot of the regulars will be attending. So very, very big. So
wow, sounds amazing.
Ballet Arizona is also doing an intensive and following protocols. So there's still a lot here. I know a lot of states are still behind and getting opening up. So it's kind of, kids are still doing the Zoom thing. But here we're up and running full bore. So.
Oh, you're so lucky.
I know.
I wish it was like that in England.
Well, we're 110, 112 degrees. So.
Oh, wow.
That too. So.
Yeah, I visited Phoenix last year, but not in like the prime time of heat. So although it was hot to me, it wasn't obviously as hot as it usually gets.
Right.
But
on the time when all the snowbirds are here.
So let's talk a little bit about Isobel's experience with NIKOLAY pointe shoes. What models have you generally worn in the past?
I've always worn 2007.
Oh, cool. Fantastic. And then recently, did you get a pair of our 3007s as well?
Yes.
Fab. So, Jamie, can you just tell us a little bit about the NIKOLAY models that you guys sell as well?
In the NIKOLAY models, in the last couple of weeks, I brought in pretty much all the new shoes. I got the Smart Pointe, the Katia, the 3007. I am getting in about 10, 12 pair a week as I start selling out all the other
fantastic
brand. So Isobel has always been in a 2007. And we did try some other models a while back, the Nova and a couple other things, but Isobel has a very flexible foot.
Yes, I noticed.
So, and,
I'm very curious.
Her booties off, her wonderful booties.
Yeah, let's see. I want to see how, because for people watching, every Pointe Shoe Fitter fits a little bit different. So this is fun for me as well because I get to see how Jamie works. Because everyone is very different and everyone has different suggestions.
Yep.
Well, can we have a look at Isabel's bare feet first? Because I'm curious to see the shape of her feet and stuff.
And her feet are small. I don't get this very often because
sure, me neither. What's her street shoe size?
Yeah. Okay. This Miss Isabel has a nice flexible foot, but she does spread a little. So stand in this position for me, Isabel. You can see Miss Isabel's arches. They kind of hang a little low, but when she points, go ahead and point for us, Miss Isabel. Look at that foot.
Yes, a lot of flexibility there.
A lot of flexibility. Miss Isabel's got a nice proportionate between her toes and her break and her arches.
I get you, yeah.
She has
narrow disappearing heels.
She has a disappearing heel. So a lot of her shoes tend to fit a little bigger in the heels.
Sure,
so we have tried to do something. We don't want to make her shorter and wider because then she'll end up continuing to sit on these guys.
Yep.
So a lot of the models that the Katia that she's loving, we're probably going to end up doing some more custom work.
I was going to say it'd be nice to do a custom.
Yeah, she's had the vamp lowered. This is one of her customs in the Katia.
Oh, yeah, tell us about it. Can you tell us about the specs of this one, please?
I don't know 100% because this was sent to her per her request on where her
I get you,
This is her regular.
Yeah.
And you can see slightly what I think we've dropped a centimeter. I'm pretty sure that's what they've taken it down.
Yeah, it looks like it to me.
And they have taken the side profile out a little bit. You can see the difference between this and what she had.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Taken out the side profile. So the difference.
Can you tell me what size and width they are?
They're a 1X. Mrs. Bell's in a 1X. Go ahead.
And what size length are these ones?
3.5. 3.5.
Oh, cute. And what strength are these?
These are softs.
Cool. So yeah, let's take a peek at these. I'm curious.
Okay. This is the original. This is a 3.5 too. Of course, I didn't have the one.
Sure.
A narrow width, but you can at least get an idea of what she's
doing. Yeah. So for you guys curious who are watching, this is one of our new models called Katia, and it comes in canvas and satin. It comes with a pre-applied suede cap.
This is the satin. Miss Isabel has the canvas on.
Cool.
It
features the same shank as the 3007, which is an easy roll through shank. It has low sides and heel.
You see what we were getting in the
yeah,
original?
I see what you mean.
And we have a little bit of go to full box. And what she ends up with is the depth being too high into her.
Sure. Yeah, it's very typical of a disappearing heel.
And she has a little bit of length. So
yeah,
she's thinking a little because that's a 2X. So
sure.
All right, Isabel, go ahead and take that one off. And this is her customization one. She's already sewn these all up pretty for us.
Great. So Isabel, can you tell us a little bit about how you personally feel so far wearing the Katia model?
They're incredibly comfortable. I think they make my foot look very sleek. Of the canvas. It looks really good with tights, especially on stage because it is matte. So
yes, of course.
You can pancake it.
Yeah. Great, right? Because it means dancers don't have to sit there and pancake their shoes anymore.
Yeah.
And how does the platform feel to you? Does it feel a little bit different because it's more flat and it's more kind of oval shape?
It's great for balancing. Sorry, my ribbons are a little bit twisted.
No worries.
You can make it twisted too.
So
if you was to compare the Katia to 3007, can you personally feel any differences between the two?
It's basically the same. The only difference I would say is that it is a flatter box.
Yeah, definitely.
And with this, it's cut down a little bit lower. So it shows off a little bit more of my foot, which I really enjoy.
personally, I also found that the profile height is a little bit lower on the Cartier. So for viewers watching, if you've got a bit of a fuller foot, you might struggle with the profile height. So you could in a custom ask them to make it higher in well, they'd have to make a new last, which they can do, by the way. Also, the Cartier model, it has great sound absorption for anyone wondering what it with regards to the extras about it.
The crown of the shoe too, Leanne, is a lot flatter.
Yes, I agree.
So
yes.
It doesn't allow her to sink into box.
Yep.
So she can actually, do you see how much prettier when you have those customized and sculpted?
You know what? I've got a pair of Cartiers too. I've got 2 pairs now, and they both remind me quite of Nova, actually, in terms of the crown, the low sides and heel, and the platform shape. Of course, Nova has a higher vamp, and also the box paste in Nova is the lightweight elastic, which is more flexible. But to me, on point, it feels quite similar. Let's take a look. Could we have a look from the side, first of all, so we can see the alignment from the side of the foot? Nice. As you can see, Isobel gets over beautifully, but she's the type of dancer that will get over in everything because she has a lot of flexibility in her ankles.
Now, this vamp has been lowered. This is the lower vamp on the Cartier.
Sure.
If she was in there in the other one, it would come up slightly higher.
And
keep her from being able to move that foot forward.
Yes.
So performance for her would be this shoe. Now, as far as class, 3-4 hours of class, the regular vamp will give her a lot more support for her hours of dance. So
yes, very true. Could you take a first position on point as well, so we can see how the shape from the outside looks? Nice. So yeah, for people wondering why Isobel gets a bit of extra heel, it's because she has disappearing heels. For very flexible feet, when they point to their extended range, the heel becomes practically nothing. So this is why we get a little bit extra fabric, but it doesn't matter because we can solve it in a custom order. We can tweak it and cut it down. In my experience personally, when I get feet like Isobel's, I tend to take a centimetre off the heel and it solves it. But it still looks very pretty on her. It's a nice shape. The low sides look very good on her foot also.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go on.
I've also discovered that when we drop the heel, the new elastic binding with no drawstring tends to let her step down, tends to let her foot expand, stretch out more.
Yeah.
Without cutting. So an elastic binding, which we're getting in place on order for her, she'll be able to, when she relevates and goes up, having
I know what you mean.
Having the elastic on there will also help pull that foot, that little duck bill we get back there. And then when she comes down, it won't cut into her heels because she does have that long break from her metatarsal back to her.
I have a question actually. I personally I don't wear drawstrings in my shoes because I prefer it without it and I can get away with it. Obviously on a type of foot like Isobel's, because it is very flexible, sometimes we still need the drawstring to pull the fabric round a bit more. How do you personally feel about that? Because every fitter has different kind of solutions and views on the drawstring.
I'm with you on the drawstring. If you get the proper fit, which, it's about 80% of the time, you should not have to pull a drawstring.
I agree.
But then you have those kids that break it in quite fast. They stretch it out. Their feet are sweating. They're stretching their shoe. Then they tend to get a little more in the heel and they want something.
Sure.
So adding that elastic binding, I've done several girls have already, they're en route, as a matter of fact. They should have them. I was hoping to have them by today. But I have a teacher that's going to try them because she's always worn the Alana ones. And she loves them. She just doesn't like the drawstring. And,
because in England, we never used all our Maya ones, Fuates and Alanavers and Faganavers and every model like that never had a drawstring initially. And then they started putting them in them because the Western kind of market wanted them. The thing that personally I would improve about the Cartier is I feel like the wing was a bit short. What do you think, Jamie?
Most of my kids, we need a shorter wing because their feet they have that wide metatarsal with not a lot of thickness to their foot.
Uh-huh.
So when we add, you can have a seat. Let me show her on your little feet. A lot of kids, take that one off, or both of them, because we're going to show her the 2007. Okay, point. When she points,
yeah.
if I have a higher wing, what ends up happening is the sides, and I could put one on and show you what happens in the depth.
Yeah, I'd like to see. I'm curious.
They get those little bat wings at Releve.
Oh, so interesting.
They tend to want that box to be flatter, which is what I love about the Katya. And then, of course, we dropped hers in the sides on her customs. They dropped them. They dropped them from the vamp back.
Yeah.
This isn't one, but that's the one. So they've taken this out a little bit so she doesn't get that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. I do that on mine as well because I have a similar issue with the side quarters. So Jamie, how do you feel about the canvas fabric on Katya?
It's going to be a specialty thing. I think most kids are going to use it either at competition time or performance time. It's a shoe you're not going to have to, like she said, pancake or flatten. The colors they're offering, I mean, we could pretty much order, I think, we got 6 colors now?
It's amazing. We've got so much variety now.
Okay, so this is a 3007.
Yeah.
And it is her 3.5 1X soft.
Cool.
And again, you can see this area here.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah. I have the same problem on my foot. It drives me mad, so I chop it down and it solves it. Let's take a peek from the side.
Yep, I slightly flattened it a little bit for her. But...
yeah.
All right, stand up. And if you want to take long, put that right foot on toe box, first position. Turn out. Do you see how high?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And then she ends up again. Do you see the height?
Yeah, loads of fabric.
That's too much. We need to bring her depth down.
Yeah.
And that's what we've done with her Katyas.
Exactly what I would have suggested too.
We've dropped that heel down.
Yes, it makes a huge difference. So for viewers watching, if you have a type of foot like Isobel's where you're getting a lot of this excess fabric, with NIKOLAY Pointe shoes, we can customize so much. It's incredible. So there's always a solution. Let's take a little look at these from on point from the side as well. I'm curious to see the shape.
And these do have the elastic drawstrings in them.
Sure. Oh yeah. It's not a bad shoe on her actually, but yeah, I know what you mean about the fabric.
If we could bring her down a little and add the binder,
it would look beautiful cut down.
It would her up, and her foot would look so much and help her get forward a little better too.
Absolutely.
This is what we've always had a problem with, Mrs. Is the side wings.
So what Jamie's talking about here is a very common problem with feet that are very flexible when they go up onto point. Typically dancers with a higher arch or a lot of ankle flexibility, when they actually go on full point, there's a lot of range there. So then there tends to be a lot of fabric come out of nowhere. So this is why we often custom with this type of foot.
I'm going to have her just show you a 3/4 releve so you can see what happens with the wings. It's kind of hard to see. But when she does that, do you see?
Oh, yeah, no, I can see it. Yeah.
And most of my teachers, they just don't want to see that little.
No, of course. I agree.
So,
okay. So as we can see, this shoe could work for Isobel very well, but it just needs a few modifications.
And this is probably use in the 3007 a half shank because her break point is here.
Oh yeah, can you show? I'm very curious actually. Let's show the viewers about this because this is important with regards to a flexible foot. Let's peek and show where her arch break is. The point.
Here, I'm going to show you where her arch break is.
Yeah.
She's up. This breaks here.
Yes. Yeah. Very typical of a flexible foot.
We could pull her over into the winging a lot better.
Yeah.
She's got that half shank down here.
Yes.
I have cut a lot of her shoes off. Into half, and she loves them half. They just don't last as long for her.
Sure. So just to tell the viewers a little bit about this, we can 3/4 or half a shank. Now, I want to just tell you a bit of caution about it. Always ask your teacher if it's okay for you to do it because you have to be a strong dancer with good technique to work in a 3/4 or a half shank. Because sometimes what happens is if you don't have enough strength, you can end up sitting in your shoes and not using your technique to the best of your ability.
Yes.
Very nice. What other shoes have we got there? And also, I'm curious, I forgot to ask, how do you both feel about the suede tip and the no pleats on Cartier?
I love it. I think it's, most of my girls that have already had it on are liking the fact that they get a little more traction on the floor. It's not quite as slim on the front of their toe box. So back in the day, we would just glue them on if girls wanted them.
Yes, we do that in the UK as well. It's very common.
Yeah. So, okay.
I mean, I don't know how it is in America, but over here, a lot of people darn their pointe shoes mostly. But my customers that are younger, they prefer to just glue on the suede caps, which, by the way, Grishko and NIKOLAY, they sell the suede caps to glue on if you want to do it yourself and your shoe doesn't come with it. And in a custom order, they can also pre-apply them.
Isobel knows how to darn. Most of her studio, they darn their pointe
That's
shoes.
Amazing.
So most of them gives them a better sense of balance.
Yes, I love darning mine as well because I feel that it adds more width to my platform as well for like balances. And even though I get a custom shoe with 20% extra platform, I still prefer to darn.
Yes. Now this is the Smart Pointe, and this is the new paste. So we're able to flatten this out a little bit.
Sure.
I'll go ahead.
What shank strength is that one?
This is a medium. And I found that because they are even the medium's quite soft. I think.
Very. It's a very flexible shoe.
A lot of my girls that are trying it, we're ordering them in hards.
Yes, same here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the medium is just so bendy.
Now this is a width too wide. I didn't have
it. No worries.
So this is a little wide, so it's not the shoe.
Yeah. So for you guys watching, the Grishko NIKOLAY Smart Pointe is a shoe that came out fairly recently. It was designed initially to help dancers with lower arches to accentuate their arch and get them over onto pointe more. It features low cut sides and it has a very flexible shank, as you can see. This is a medium, but look how flexible it is.
Yeah, in the 3007, because of the break point in there, I could never bend that in to fit into her.
Absolutely.
That is amazing. And again, she's thinking a little because it is a 1 inch. But to be fair, it is sculpted.
Yeah, very.
The crown's a little higher at the metatarsal. So
it also features, it's built on its own last for the viewers watching. So it's not like any of our other models. It has quite a broad platform. If I'm to compare it to how it feels on pointe, it feels kind of similar to the Nova platform, in my opinion. Let's take a little look at these. So as you can see, Isobel gets really, really over in these because they are very flexible.
But she is sinking, so it's kind of unfair not to
absolutely
explain that if she's up where she's supposed to be, she won't be too far forward because she is too far forward in that one.
Yes, but it's nice to show viewers what it looks like.
She is able to flex that shank into her foot a lot easier than 3007.
Yeah.
So, and I know she feels comfortable doing that because Isobel wants to get that foot over. Yes. Yeah. She's agreeing. So. But there is quite a bit of room because it's the 2X in her heel.
Of course.
But this, if we get her up on there, it shouldn't drop as low in that heel base.
Absolutely. How does it feel, Isobel?
It's extremely comfortable. I feel like it would be even more comfortable if it was right width, because I do feel like I can feel it a lot.
Can you feel the difference in paste as well? Because it's the lightweight elastic paste, so it's extremely flexible.
Yes, definitely.
She can actually squish it wherever she wants and have it be somewhat broken in when she starts.
And I love the shank on this. I wish I could have this in a 3007 or a Katia.
Yeah, I wonder if that's possible, actually. Good question.
I believe it is. I believe the shank could be, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what Peter had said, that we can build onto the Smart Pointe. So
I would quite like to try the Smart Pointe shank in my Maya 1s, actually.
Yes, I would definitely.
Yes.
Oh, but the only downside is I want vegan sole, and the hand sewn soles can't be made vegan yet, so that's a downside. But hey, maybe that'll change. For people wondering, the Karcher is available, as Peter's just saying here, it's available in canvas, and the canvas shades are pink and tan. And in satin, we have pink, latte, espresso, and we also have our funky colours, white, black, blue, red, green, yellow, rose. And also purple, by the way, it's missing off the list.
So the canvas were still 2 colors, just the pink and the tan?
Yeah, at the moment. I don't know if that's going to change.
I think they were talking about adding some more colors in the set or in the canvas, but at least they're adding them to that. So
I'm curious, by the way, has Isobel ever tried on a Dream Point 2007 pre-arched, also known as Allure?
No. I'll see if I have one small enough for her. I'd
love to see it. As you can see, Dee's Dancewear has a great inventory, loads of stock, loads and loads.
All right, I have a Dream, the Dream Point 3007. Is that what you were wanting, or the Dream Stretch Ballet?
Oh no, the Dream Point 2007 point shoe. Is it the pre-arched version, also known as Allure?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, so I'm going to let her try this. It's going to be a little big because she's got tiny.
Sure, no worries. So for you guys watching, Dream Point 2007 pre-arched was also known as Allure in the States, and it's built on 2007 lasts again, but however it features innovative technologies such as thermo shanks, which come in this model pre-arched version, so it's very flexible at the 3/4 area. It features long, flexible wings, flexible paste, double upper, very smooth, high heel, wide platform, high vamp, U-cut with drawstring. It's one of my most popular shoes, actually.
Oh, whoa.
My thing is,
oh yeah,
with her in the shoe, it's going to be a little big. But with her in the shoe, because of her flexibility here, we could never do this in her size in a 3/4 shank. We would have to have her.
I get you.
Otherwise, she will definitely have that space. She will not.
I know what you mean.
I can feel it pushing at my arch.
Yes, it's a very nice flexible shank. And it comes, for those watching, it comes in soft flexible, medium flexible, hard flexible, and super hard flexible. And it has
several girls in this shoe. It does tend to last a little longer, having that shank in there.
Yes, of course. It would work really well in a custom for sure, I think, anyway.
Yeah, we would have to do some tweaking to the...
Yeah. Different heel, different side quarters. Yep. What else would I change? You know what? I think she'd look really nice in a V-cut vamp as well.
Yes, the V-front would open her throat really nice.
Yeah. Hi, everybody that's tuned in. Thank you for coming. I hope you're enjoying the stream. If you have any questions for Isobel or Jamie or me or anything about NIKOLAY products you'd like to know, feel free to drop them in the comments. As you can see, Isobel's got that type of foot that just bends lovely in everything, so she never has a problem getting over.
I have some Leos that I would like to try on.
Sorry?
I have some Leos that I would like to try on.
Oh, that'd be great. It would be lovely to see. Yes, we'd love to see that.
This is the... You can focus on her, and then I'll show that. Is she doing some... I am going to let her try the Miracle.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Almost the same last as the Nova Last.
Yes, I agree.
Has the padding. For her, Isobel spends an average 3-4 hours a day on point.
Wow.
So sometimes she tends to get a little more tired.
I get you, yeah.
Lurches a little bit.
Yep.
Being a shoe with the full liner in it tends to help the ache in the toes. So I was thinking about some customization in the Miracle for her.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm curious about the Miracle, I don't know if you find this, Jamie, it'd be interesting to see. Due to the shank, because of course it only comes in light, medium and light hard, and it's a different material. Sometimes I find on a flexible foot, it doesn't sit in the arch bit where I want it to sit. I've never done a 3/4 in it before.
Again, the shank is different, like Leanne's talking about. I would have to customize the shank in there because, like you said, it's pretty easy releve. You can see how easy it is to bend.
Yes, it's got very
the area from the break point to the 3/4 point. It just doesn't tend to want to give there. It just kind of has that stick you up into your foot, twist you off a little bit. But a lot of this could be, you know, customized to make that light shank for releve, being able to pull her foot forward like she likes to do. And
yeah.
That shank is a lot easier to pull forward in. Do you see how much easier
it's really great because Jamie is explaining exactly what I personally find with the Miracle, which is good because she knows the fine details like I do.
And again, that break point is up here, so you see what happens when you have a foot that's very flexible. It's gonna try to bend.
Yes.
At that 3/4 point, and then it ends up sickling you or throwing you off. But dropping that to a half shank would eliminate that break point.
Yeah.
So again, a miracle for a lot of these girls that are on their feet for a long time that are wearing a Nova, or, you know, it's something that you can customize and end up being, you know, put that shank where it needs to sit so she feels more comfortable and forward. Definitely. And I'm going to let her slip it on so she can, this is one of the beautiful new leotards.
Oh, wow. I love this color on you.
Isn't it great?
Oh. So this is from the Bolshoi Style Senses collection for you guys watching. As you can see, Isabel's got the matching skirt on with it as well. Oh, it's really pretty.
I love the skirt. It has little slits on the side.
Oh, yeah.
If I go to développé, you'll see it'll stay. It will cover my butt.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Good point there.
Beautiful.
Also, I just wanted to mention the Miracle Pointe shoe is actually our very first shoe that we had with padding on the inside, and it's one of Mr. Grishko's personal favorites. And it features, it's also our lightest weight shoe with the most easy demi point ever. And it, like Jamie said, it's like Nova, so similar shape, low profile, also low heel, and also features the vamp is a bit shorter than Nova, by the way. It's like 0.5 centimeter shorter, I guess you could say. It also has the lovely double satin, so it's super smooth. It has nanoparticles in the lining which aid with antibacterial properties.
And it's hard to see because, again, it's a little big. It's a
sure, of course, but we get an idea.
Again, her break point, it's up here, and hers is down here.
Yeah, I know exactly
what you mean. By shortening her to a half, do you see where we're pushing in? You're able to do that with the shank, by the way.
Yes,
pull your foot forward. So a half shank, we would still drop her wings, stretch her out, and I would really want to get her in that elastic binding so that she's got a smooth line. That's what we're getting in her wings.
I don't know, in the Miracle, do you think it needs it in the Miracle?
For her heels, gosh, she's got some extremely disappearing heels. I would try it and see how she feels relevant. Make sure she can keep it on, but I would definitely want to experiment with her in some binding. And
Grit and Grace Studio to Streetwear, which is another NIKOLAY retailer that we did a stream with. Stephanie's just said, Jamie and Leanne, we need one-on-one store training. Love this. Let's meet in Phoenix. And I love Phoenix. Like, it's one of my favorite places. So I would be happy to come back to Phoenix. And Peter said, Grit and Grace, absolutely. Beginning of September at GPI in Phoenix.
They say they want to get together with you here in Phoenix.
Oh, I can't wait for you to be here.
Wouldn't that be cool? I really love Phoenix, so I'd be happy to come back.
All right, let's try this little bit shorter one. I'm going to see if I can get rid of a little more room.
Yep. So as you can see, Jamie is very thorough with what she's doing here. She's really working with the dancer, ensuring that she's getting the fit as close as she can get, but also telling the dancer what requirements are needed to make the shoe more perfect, which in my opinion is what makes a fitter great at their job, because we should pay very fine attention to the smallest of details when we're fitting a pointe shoe. And of course with Isabel's kind of foot, she's very flexible. She does a lot of training on pointe. So we really need to, when you're fitting someone like this, you need to ensure that you're taking into consideration the hours on pointe and all the little details like that, because this, you know, a dancer that does a lot of point work is going to go through shoes quicker.
My first timers, Leanne, I spend an average of 45 minutes to an hour.
Same.
It's
important.
On proper placement. I educate them on how to, you know, how to make sure they're sitting right in their shoes, what they should be feeling. A lot of girls are scared. They're here for an appointment. They're taking whatever you say, and they're, you know, going to get what you tell them to. But if you make them understand by letting them try several different styles of shoes, why they don't work for them, why they work for them, where proper placement is. Most of those girls feel a lot better by the 30 minutes, and they're able to tell you. You know,
very true.
Hurts a lot on my pinky, or they wouldn't tell you that in the beginning because they're, you know, they don't know what.
I totally know what you mean.
So a lot of them come a little more out of their shell. So I'm able to explain to them how the toes should be sitting, where they should be set on their box. So that's a little shorter, but it's still a little wide. But you can see she.
I can see what you mean. But yeah, it'd be a lovely, definitely a lovely shoe in a custom for sure.
Yep, she'll love the shank because she's able to pull it forward.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And the allure, she likes it because it sets her forward.
Yes.
The shank and the allure is a pre-arch, set you forward on your box. This one, she still has to work that metatarsal to get forward.
Do you have a normal Nova there by any chance?
I do. Yes, I do.
Just so we can show the viewers the difference between Miracle and Nova as well. I'll just pull one out as well. Hang on a second. Sorry?
I can go try another layer.
Oh, yeah, good idea. I like your thinking. So the Nova shoe is another one of our classic shoes, built on 2007 last. It's like Miracle. It's saying U-cut vamp, but it's a bit higher than Miracle's vamp. It has low sides and heel like Miracle, double satin, high wings, oval platform. But the Nova has no padding on the inside, and the Nova features traditional shanks, and it also comes in flex option and pro option.
Yeah, we could show them the difference. I'll hold that Nova up to this for the break points, and they can kind of get an idea. The Nova is that lower stream, straight across. No heel height on the Nova. It's kind of straight across there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Again, side quarters, this part's still a little high for a lot of those girls with the wide metatarsals. They tend to get that gapping on the side. Some of them tend to like the shoe and they don't want to change it, so they'll sew string.
Vamp, like a vamp thing. I know what you mean.
Vamp elastic is old. It's like they don't want to sew the elastic. But they will sew across so that it will pull that throat in and allow that not to happen. So, but then you have that, you know, that ugly string across the front of your vamp. But they like where they're at and they don't want to change anything. They like security and the.
So Jamie, do you just stock the Nova Standard, or do you stock Nova Pro and Nova Flex as well?
I stock Nova Flex. Not a lot, but 3.5 through 5.5 range. A lot of my girls that wear the Nova for, you know, class, they use the Nova Flex for performance. They want that shoe ready to go. So they'll go back. I think she did a Flex at one time. I think we tried a Flex.
I think we tried it and then
it broke down. She killed it.
Yeah, I have the same problem. I just I only give the Flex to dancers that need it as a performance shoe, or if they're, you know, not got very flexible feet or not doing a lot of point work. For those wondering, the Pro option has sound absorption, but it also has a little bit more flexibility in the shank and the paste. So this is a medium, but it's got a very generous bend at the arch there with a nice roll through. Before we try these shoes on, actually, Jamie, could we have a little tour of the store and you can show us around a little bit and speak about sale and everything?
Let's show this beautiful leotard she's got on her. She just came out in. This is the 3/4 sleeve.
Oh, it's really nice. Oh, yes. I love the lace and the mesh. It's beautiful. Wow. And the detail. Look at the detail, you guys, on the back there.
When she does partnering, they have to have something on there. So this gives that nice line, but she could have something on, and that's a beautiful line for her.
Yeah, it looks really good.
All right, let me let her put these and then we'll tour you.
Sure.
The store.
Mr. Grishko says nicely it's hard.
Thank you.
By the way, you guys watching, any comments, drop them in and we'll get round to them. Any questions?
Again, this is the Nova.
Yep.
You see what I meant about that shank?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
She's able to, here, she's able to pull that foot forward here. It's just a little hard from her metatarsal to her break point.
Yep.
So what most of these girls would do would be, and first, come down, they would bend this shoe over the bar, or they would do this.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
They would be able to pull their foot forward. So I do like that Isobel, in a flexible shank or a shank, she's able to move this part of her foot forward better.
Yeah.
This does not place her quite as nice as a shoe that's going to break behind her toes a little better. And that's what I'm talking about for the half shank. Can you turn into first, Isobel?
For people watching, we can also request an easier roll through in a custom. And of course, the Nova is more flexible in the Pro option as well. The Flex is too crazy. The Flex is overballed, which, as we mentioned earlier, it's better for a performance shoe, the Flex, or a foot that isn't so high arched. With the
Again, that break point here.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
She's able to bring the Miracle in easier.
Yeah, definitely.
You feel about
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I were to just wear this shoe, this would be a shoe I would like wear for like class or summer times because it'll last a long time.
I know what you mean.
Is I would just stretch it out.
Yes, I get you. So also, you've just brought up a very good topic, actually. For people watching, if you're only doing pointe once a week, you don't really have to worry about this. But for dancers that are on pointe a lot, and if you're a dancer in training, pre-pro or pro, you'll need shoes for different strength shanks for different things and different pastes for different things. So, you know, for example, some dancers like to wear something a little bit softer at the bar to really work their feet. Then they'll switch to a different pair depending what they're doing in the center. And depending what role they're dancing, they're going to switch shoes again. So I just wanted to let everybody know about that we're curious.
I heard
cool.
that. I see there. How did those feel compared? You would rather have a more flexible shank for yourself? Yes. For her, though, something in a medium for her would be standard. Anything softer would probably, even if we did a 3007 and a soft, you know, she would probably break that in way too fast.
Yeah.
So, but again, when some of her stuff, I'm going to have her post when she starts getting, you know, we're going to probably customize some of her shoes to some half shanks and some.
Yes,
some
definitely.
In them and show them off and let everybody see what, you know, customizing a pointe shoe can really do for a dancer that wants her feet to look very good along with the rest of her. You know, sometimes it's hard to find that niche. You know, you got a child that's amazing dancer, but they're always critiqued on their feet at competition. Or
yes, oh my God, I know what you mean.
I have girls that, you know, sit on the box just so their flexibility in the front of their feet aren't as good. So a fitter will put them way up here so they're able to, they notice that at competition. If you're not in your shoes, if you're not winging naturally, if you're forced into it, you're getting docked points, right?
Yeah.
So getting that right fit, getting that child the right shoes from day one are important.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Long, healthy life.
Yes.
They understand that you went out of your way. And
exactly. And as a brand, we always say, you know, healthy feet, making sure that dancers are getting the longest life possible in their shoes and being comfortable and injury-free. Yes. And they're comfortable, like you said. I mean, you can have a dancer, her feet's numb after, you know, a half hour and she works through it, you know, dances another 2 hours. She can't feel the shoe. She can't feel, you know. Yeah.
I agree.
We want them to feel, you know, we want that circulation in there for the majority of the class. I know after hours you tend to feel numb no matter what. But all right. So
okay. So can we have a store tour?
This is okay. Have a seat. We're open, so we might have a little craziness. We'll try to.
No worries.
Hi. All right, go ahead and set that up. I have helpers, so I'm able to keep going. Cool. But again, can we put her first pair? What do you think? Go ahead and put that one back on. Thank you. On the Katya, this is her semi-custom we did the first go-round. This is a little lower vamp, Leanne. This is what we started with.
Yeah.
I want to ask your opinion on how you feel about the break point when she's sitting properly. I don't want her to go too far forward in the combination with the low vamp.
No, of course, I agree.
I didn't want to do a half. We didn't want to do a half in this because both combinations.
Oh God, yeah, that'd be a recipe for disaster.
So if it's something she could, the fit looks great and she can lead the vampire and go to a half shank. I want you to see her placement in parallel and see what her knuckles look like. And you can, with your experience too, I'd like to know if leaving the vamp where it was and just doing a half would make the difference.
I get you, yeah. Someone's asked how old Isobel is.
I'm 13 years old.
Aw.
They're all going, she's 10, that's not fair. Right?
Oh, you know it, Jamie. I bet you get.
Isobel has come a long way. She's worked very hard to get where she's at.
Uh-huh.
And she has grown. We're gonna hope we're gonna get her a couple more inches here in
Oh.
the next year. So
Yes.
okay, so this is, and she's got these somewhat broken in, but if you can parallel face your mom for me, parallel.
Let's have a look at many angles.
So if I was to drop this to a half with the vamp she's got on there now, her wing and her outside arch, I believe, would drop too far forward.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. We can't do both. It's either one or the other.
No, she would like it because she could be into that, sitting in that winging at all times without having to work as hard. I know Miss Isobel. So, but if I was to just put her vamp back to where it was and try the half first.
No, I agree with you, Jamie.
So, and then
I totally agree.
I really would love to see what that elastic binding looks like on the Katya.
And what would be great is the Smart Pointe shank in the Katya or the 2007 or both.
Yeah, and I really would like to see you in a custom Dream Point as well, actually.
Well, in the Smart Pointe, what I'd like to do is modify the Smart Pointe a little bit. Leave it on the same last. I know Mrs. Bell wants to put that shank on the shoes that she's comfortable with, but if we can modify that Smart Pointe a little bit, I think she would have a secondary shoe for herself.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah.
It would help with the knuckles because the Katya still tends to have that pointed. But here, if I can wing her out a little bit and just taper her up.
And also you could put a V-vamp on it to make it look prettier as well.
Exactly. See, so a Smart Pointe, I know it's round and she likes the sleek. You know, we can modify that Smart Pointe to make, to make it easy and have her sit a little more comfortable for long periods of time,
Yeah, because I really like the sleek look of a Katya.
Yeah.
Foot.
But don't forget, we can get that sleek look in the others in a custom as well.
It helps with her enhancement. It keeps her up. She loves, even though she's, got that wider metatarsal, she likes where she's sitting on that tapered shoe.
I don't feel like I'm sinking. I still feel pulled up.
Mm-hmm. And that helps because if you were sinking, you would be locked on those knees. She's able to keep that enhancement and not lock those knees.
I know what you mean.
When you set down and she can't move that foot, they tend to lock those knees really tight.
Yeah,
Look at those muscles in those legs.
I know, right? Nice. So yeah, it's nice because Isobel has a kind of foot that works in a lot of shoes. Like as we've gone through, Miracle can work in a custom, Nova can work in a custom, Dream Point 2007 in a custom. But as we've mentioned, we're having to custom a lot for Isobel because she has a lot of flexibility there. She has disappearing heels, and we want to tweak things that she personally likes from a shoe as well. So just to let you guys know that when you get to a certain part of your training, you're very welcome to work with your fitter to custom your shoes to how you would like to try them, but obviously always work with a fitter as well, because sometimes what a dancer suggests isn't always going to work out for that dancer. You've got to work with fitters at the same time.
Yeah. And again, with custom, I mean, there's a lot of kits I could start out with, you know, we'll fit them in the shoe. I can help them with, you know, whether it's sewing or, you know, putting some of the girls end up they'll try the shoe and they'll end up sewing.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then later they can work in it and make sure it feels good. And then you can modify, you know, in the second or third pair. That way the fitter's not going nuts trying to figure out what
I totally agree. When you're a newcomer to Pointe, we don't want to be doing any of that business, especially if they're growing very quickly as well.
Yep. We want her to get comfortable with placement and learning, and then we can
absolutely
go for seconds and third pairs.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. All right.
Totally agree with that. Okay, so can we have a little store, tour? Let's talk about everything you sell and what you do at your store.
All right. This is our Phoenix location, and we're located kind of central Phoenix, and it's kind of a great spot off of every freeway. So we have mostly separation here, and say hi. This is Hi. You can come to the front. We got a nice parking lot, a nice big center we're in, so it allows for easy access in and out, which is a key in any dancewear store. I'm going to tell you now. Easy accessibility from all different angles. So, and this store is a little longer and deeper than our other locations. So we end up stocking an adult section and our kids section on the side.
How are you?
Fabulous. Oh, look, you're on video.
Hello.
Pick up pictures. Happens to be one of our girls from the same studio. Oh, you are?
Nice. Got loads of leotards.
All right. I just came to pick up Jesse's shoe. How are you? Good. I'm doing well. Okay. So this is our center of the store where we check out.
Yeah.
We have kind of a prep area. They're usually pickups or points for the day. They're kind of sitting there waiting for everybody.
Aww.
We offer one fitting room. We have to sanitize when each child's done. We're technically not supposed to let them in, but we do sanitize. The other two are closed. So and then we have a huge storage room, which is you sit back, you're going, okay. So
amazing.
We try to cram as much as we can. Forgive the mess. I've been by myself for 4 weeks, so it's kind of a little disheveled. So we do try to stock ceiling high if we can. So try not to get the mess around the corner. Not what we want them to see. So, all right.
Fab.
I know, it's nice workspace for me. So
definitely.
We do a lot of we set this up at group fittings. We try to bring a floor back here and get them out of the
see. Yeah.
We bring our portable bar back, and we try and keep everybody back here during our big fittings. So
excellent.
Keeps us out of the wing area there. And we tend to keep a lot of our girls' shoes in stock at all times. They'll have some shoes in reserve, and you know, sometimes it gets a little too lenient. So. And that's this one. We do have the other two locations, and we're all up and running, so it makes
great. Can you just remind us where the other two locations are for the viewers?
We have one in Glendale at 79th Avenue and Bell, and we have one in Chandler at Dobson and Elliott.
Great.
This is my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorite Leos as well. I have this one. And I've sold a lot of that one. It's very, very popular.
We're trying to implement this as their studio uniform.
Yeah.
A variety of colors. So we're trying to get the levels into different colors, but this is gorgeous.
For people that don't know, this leotard not only features in the Bolshoi Star Senses range, but also the Academy collection, because this is actually part of uniform that is worn by the Garnova and Bolshoi ballet academies.
What I do want to point out, look, adjustable straps.
Yes, I love adjustable straps.
Most of my ballerinas with these nice thin, everything tends to slip if they just tend to relax.
Just to let you know, this stream's going to end in 2 minutes, but we can reboot and do an extra little bit of time if everyone's okay with it.
Okay, we're gonna hurry and do the dream stretch canvas, the ballet. Now we're probably gonna get that in the low vamp. My dancers tend not to want.
Yes, I had my vamp chopped down on the dream stretch.
Did you? How were you liking it?
I love it. I have 2 centimeters off, and it's great.
So that's what we're probably gonna go forward with, getting the low vamp, because I think of this vamp on this just swallows the foot up.
Do you guys just quickly? Do you guys have to go after this stream, or can you do 10 more minutes? Because if you can do 10 more minutes, I'll restart the stream.
Yes, I can do 10 more minutes.
Okay.
So an hour goes by too fast.
It does. It does. So this is the dream stretch, you guys. As you can see, it looks like a second skin on Isobel. Shows off her arch beautifully. It comes with pre-sewn crisscross elastics.
And with her, with the lower vamp, we don't want to go below her knuckles.
Oh no,
so that centimeter, you do 2. A centimeter is almost the width of the binding.
Yeah.
So 2 would bring her, I think, a little right above her knuckles. I mean, we could always try it.
Yeah.
But when you go lower, you can tend to You can tend to get rid of a little bit of this that we're having the issue with on the pointe shoe.
Yes.
By bringing the V or the throat down a little bit.
Yeah.
She can put that foot a little better.
I'm just going to reboot the stream because it's going to cut. So I'll be back in a second, you guys. Please come back, everyone. 1 minute.